Are sick of speeders zooming through their neighborhood. One Albuquerque family took matters into their own hands and made a very official-looking traffic sign to slow drivers down. A sign that carried a thinly veiled threat. News 13's Francesca Washington is live near Park and 16th in the Country Club area. Francesca?
Yeah, that traffic sign was just right here in front of this tree, but after we asked the city about it, they removed it just like that.
A neon sign with a severe warning.
If asking doesn't work, then, resort to threats.
People in the Country Club neighborhood say most drivers ignore the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit.
I saw a car, some kind of sports car, come zooming up the street one day, probably going 50 or 60 miles an hour, didn't slow down even a little bit going over the speed bump.
They don't pay attention at all. They just want to get to where they need to be. And it's, they're not mindful of everybody else that lives here.
One family on Park Avenue decided they'd had enough and put up an official-looking traffic sign with a message underneath that reads, "Hit my kid or pet because you're speeding and you won't need a lawyer."
I thought that was a little harsh. To me, it says that people are frustrated with not being able to do anything to get people to slow down.
Nicole Silverman lives a few streets over and thinks the neighborhood could use more signs like it.
Post the sign. I mean, we've some of our neighbors, we've discussed, things that we could do to try to implement speed bumps or even like the signs, just having speed limit signs.
But there are two problems with the sign. It's unauthorized and it's planted on a city-owned sidewalk.
The city of Albuquerque does not mention anything about lawyers on any of their signs.
City officials say they understand residents' frustrations, but say there are other options approved by the city.
You can go to any Albuquerque Police Department substation and get a sign that we will provide for you that states "slow down."
The homeowners say they do plan to display the sign on their property away from the sidewalk, which is their First Amendment right. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Francesca. We asked one of the homeowners just how much they spent to make that sign and post it on the sidewalk. She told us she wasn't sure because her husband took care of it.